Hey guys, welcome to the 4C Voice. I wanted to make this quick video to talk about vitamin D and how it affects our hair. So we recently dropped a blog post last Sunday titled Your Hair Needs Vitamin D on our blog. So make sure you check out that blog post because it has all the details that I won't be able to touch on in this video today. So that's the 4cvoice.com/blog and the link is available in our bio. So vitamin D is also called the sunshine vitamin. That's because our bodies begin synthesizing vitamin D as we get exposed to sunlight. So literally you just being in the sunlight, your face, your skin being exposed to sun, that's how the synthesis of vitamin D begins. And then as it gets into our bodies, different enzymes transform it into the active form that our body uses. So what I actually learned recently is that vitamin D deficiencies are actually linked to a lot of hair loss conditions. Like vitamin D is present in the hair follicle. So vitamin D is what begins that growth, you know? So with that deficiency, there can be hair loss conditions, and that can be alopecia, different forms of alopecia, female pattern hair loss, female baldness, male baldness, stress-related hair loss. These are all related to vitamin D. And when you look at patients who suffer with these conditions, a lot of them tend to be vitamin D deficient or insufficient. And what made me really interested in this topic is the link between vitamin D deficiencies and African Americans, or honestly anyone with darker skin. So like I said earlier, vitamin D synthesis starts as we are exposed to sunlight. And as we know, those of us who are African American or who have darker skin have melanin. Well, everybody has melanin, but the darker your skin complexion is, the more melanated you are. Or the more melanin you have. I don't think melanated is a word, but you guys know what I mean. So for example, if I go into the sun, my body isn't making vitamin D, or isn't making as much vitamin D as somebody with a lighter complexion would be. And I thought that was crazy. Like I found that and was like, wow, that's really wild, because like so many of us feel like we struggle with our hair growth, or we have thinning and we don't know why. We feel like we're doing everything right, or we feel like our hair can't grow past a certain level and we just have these issues. And we're following our methods. We're keeping our hair moisturized, we're getting our trims, and we still feel like we just have this block and we're not passing it, or this hurdle that we're not getting over, right? And it really could be because of your vitamin D levels, which you may be predisposed to have just because of your ethnicity or because of your skin tone. And I just wanted to learn as much as I could about this so I could get this information to you guys, because I knew it was mind-blowing for me. Like for example, about 2 years ago, I had my blood drawn. My doctor just wanted to get my cholesterol, my different proteins, and vitamin D is one of the things that was tested. And when I got mine back, I was extremely deficient. I was way below where my vitamin D levels could be. And that was crazy to me because I love the sun. During the summertime, I'm always in the sun. I love sunbathing. And that was before I knew of the importance of sunscreen. So I'm in the sun with no sunscreen, trying to soak up as much sun as I can. And I'm not on any particular diet that would keep me away from foods that are rich in vitamin D. So the fact that I was so low on my levels, I was like, that's great. How can this be? And now years later, I'm finding out that it's probably due to my skin tone, you know? And after I figured that out, my doctor prescribed me for a high level of vitamin D to get my levels back into the range that it needed to be for healthiness. Because, you know, vitamin D is also linked to bone health, immune health, so memory loss, it's linked to so many things. So having your vitamin D in the right range is really important. So the only way to accurately know your vitamin D levels is by getting your blood drawn. So you're gonna have to go talk to your doctor, let him know that you want to know your vitamin D levels. He'll give you a lab slip. You go to the lab and they take your blood. And that might seem extreme to some of you guys, but it's really the only way to accurately know. And honestly, once you do that, you can get tested for everything else, because why not know what's going on with your body and making sure that your levels are where they should be. And like I said, with my deficiency, the over-the-counter vitamin D supplements weren't enough. Mine was so low that I needed a prescription. So don't think that just buying a supplement will be enough. I mean, of course, taking a supplement will be better than taking nothing, but if you want to know the accurate numbers and the accurate values, you're gonna need to get your blood drawn. And I always recommend multivitamins just because it'll be fortifying what you may be missing in your diet. So that's always an option as well. And yeah, so that's the end of our video. Make sure to check out the blog post on our website, because that goes into the foods that are high in vitamin D, other things that you may be doing which may be causing your vitamin D levels to be low, the range that you should be aiming for your vitamin D levels, and also just information about vitamin D in general. So that's all online and it's all in detail. Oh, and also about the hair conditions that are linked to vitamin D. So that's all online, so make sure you go check it out. And thank you guys for watching. Comment below with any questions you have, any thoughts you have. I'd love to talk to you guys more about this. And yeah.